Alright, good morning. We're going to do a crash course in 3D printing on the uPrint this morning. So let's just head on in. So we are going to do a test print on our uPrint Plus printer from Symmetrics. And well, let's just get started. First off here, this is the uPrint itself that we have turned on. I just want to make sure that it's ready and warm. So right now it's idle, the queue is empty, and it's waiting for a part. So we're going to be able to, from this stage, make sure everything is good and then hop onto the computer and load up a design. At the same time, you just want to make sure the cleaning station is on, because once we print your part, which has support material around it, we'll want to actually clean off the support material, which will require this guy to be turned on. So we'll turn them on, and hopefully by the time the print is done, we'll be ready for the cleaning station. So the first thing you need to do is find one of the machines. There's several in the prototyping area. But what you'll want to do is actually hop on to the system and look for Catalyst EX. So you can see it here. It's the icon in the shape of the uPrint, which will load up the Catalyst software. So I just load this up here. Now we're actually in the software. And the first thing that comes up is the General tab, where we can actually just simply look at the path, and look at the platform, and then choose some of the settings around our particular print. So the first thing you just want to check out is some of the properties. Our layer resolution is 0.1. I'm going to choose 0.3. My model interior is going to be sparse, low density. That's really, for most prints, low density is going to be what you want. You don't want to waste material on things that aren't useful. Your support fill, you have surround, basic, or smart. Choose smart, and that will allow the system to pick the best way to support the rafting and the actual print. We're going to have one copy, we're on a standard scale, and we're currently plugged into our uPrint Plus on the network here. It also has the definition of our materials and our support and how much is left of each material and our status. So we're going to simply open up an STL, and I'm going to try the recorder. So this is a standard STL file which I've now loaded in. Again, I've chosen all my densities, and before we actually position it, we're simply just going to add it to our pack. So right down here, you can click Add to Pack, and that's actually going to prepare it. Basically prepare the G code for this particular printer. Alright, you can see it's starting to build the support material that's going to be used, and it's on the inside and out for this particular print. Alright, so now that we actually have our device here, our print here, we can go to orientation and then check it out, and that looks fine to me. You could actually look at the layers, the bottom view, top view, etc. Make sure it's the way you want, depending on the type of thing you're printing. It might be better to put it on its side. The next thing we're going to do is actually go to the pack. And this is the layout that's going to have on the actual printing bed. So right now it's smack right in the middle. So just actually go over to the printer. So that means it's going to print here. You can actually see the 4 squares in which it's going to print. So that's basically just a lineup of what the print bed looks like. So that grid system will allow you to print where you want. And keep in mind that just the way the printer works, the center location is preferential, but based on the quality of the print bed, etc., you might want different positioning to get better performance, or to make sure that your rafting doesn't lift up in a particular situation. So from here, actually in this situation we have one print, it looks good. I'm simply going to click print, which is sending the part to the printer. And that was it. So now if I head over to the system, it's idle and it has that part, recorder 2.2, sitting in it. And I have my support material and my print material, which may or may not work in this situation. We hopefully have enough left. What you can do is actually, based on the amount of material the print takes, we can actually check out in Catalyst to see if we have enough. I think we should have enough to at least get going here. So now that the model's here, we're going to click Start. And it goes through a warming process. So in about 20 minutes, we'll be able to start the actual print. So our print has finished, and we can actually see that based on our submit time, our build time, when the estimated finish time was, we can currently see that she's completed. And we actually go over to the printer. We'll see the finished product here. So there we are. You can see the support material. The unit's been currently sit on standby because it printed and finished overnight. But it's in standby and we're fine as it sits. Open the door, and here we are. So the next step will be actually taking our printed project and putting it into the cleaner. So you can see all the white support material that actually goes even in the rafting and the support of my little printed recorder here. So what we're going to have to do is take it apart and then put it into the cleaning station. Okay, so each of these items has the raft and a little bit of cleanup from the support, but all in all, just gently take the pieces off. You can actually use a tool if you want to instead, and I'll do that with the next one here. But just looking at the support material here, in this case it's almost able to rip off the support properly itself, but you can still see inside the material there's a fair amount of rafting there to take care of. As mentioned with the rafting, you can actually use another type of device to actually gently scrape the and wedge the actual print off. And depending on the type of print you have, this may be the preferential way of getting the print off the bed. Like I said, it depends on exactly what your piece is, and just make sure to be gentle, as the printing is brittle, and you don't want to damage it or the bed. The beds are a couple dollars a piece, and quite frankly, you can reuse them a couple times before they go bad if you treat them well. You can see here, just in the light, you can see where the item had been printed. So it did bind to the bed a little bit, and it's designed to do that, to get good stable prints. But of course, there's lots of usable bed here left, and we can get several prints off of this with varying degrees of quality if we treat this bed well. And again, reducing the cost for everyone that has to use the machines and the printers. So next step actually, so we place the parts in the cleaning solution. There's no right or wrong way to place them in there. Perfect. And we'll wait for a couple hours and have the cleaning solution do its job. All right, so it's been a couple hours, and we can take our pieces out now. Take a peek at what we have. So right now, as we can see, the rafting is completely gone. So we got our recorder holes, and other than a little bit of cleanup and wash down, we are complete. Alright, so now that we're all said and done, we have our different pieces. We can actually do some basic assembly now it's nice and clean. And I can go for some recorder lessons now.